We're going to think about some of the behaviours that somebody exerting this level of abuse will demonstrate.
Year 11 students at Thomas Keeble School, many in relationships themselves, are hearing what happens when relationships can go tragically wrong.
Being expected to do things that we're uncomfortable with or make us feel degraded in some way.
Hollie's murder by her controlling former partner is the story at the centre of this training about coercive and controlling behaviour.
It's not always easy, it's a tough subject, and we have to deliver that in a really sensitive way. And always Hollie is you know, at the forefront of what we do. So it's not an easy role, but it's a privilege to do it in her name, and it's a privilege to be able to then try and help young people to navigate sometimes those risks that they're going to face. Sometimes people question why. Why would someone stay in a relationship that is so damaging to them?
It's important to have good communication within your relationships, like friends or like personal ones, and that have your own boundaries and be sure of those, because if you're not, then you can be pushed around easily. You need to remember that even if you are in a relationship with someone, you're still your own person and you still matter a lot.
To be mindful of other people around you, like noticing little patterns and details within their relationships or within your own.
You always have to be careful who you trust, and you also have to be careful how you are in the relationship.
Dawn Burke is the principal at Newent Community School and an ambassador with the Hollie Gazzard Trust. She told me the training is opening up conversations and creating understanding that hasn't happened before.
Some of that language that they're being trained in these sessions is now coming back. I have students saying to me, I wasn't an active bystander in that situation. I didn't make the right choice. And although they still have the consequence, they have a very clear understanding, an explicit understanding of the behaviours that are not helpful and how they can change them to be better. So that it's not lost. The consequence needs to sit. There's going to be a consequence for that behaviour. But there's a learning now around that behaviour that I don't feel like we had explicitly taught before.
Recently, the Hollie Guard smartphone app helped to convict an abusive partner after footage of his attack was captured on the phone. It's just one success, says Hollie's dad, of many that the charity and its workshops have had.
We've had enormous feedback about how it's helped them, how it's saved my life, how it allows me now to go out feeling safe. We've recently piloted a programme called Rethinking Masculinity, which is for groups of young men, because it's hard for young men out there these days in terms of the pressures that are on them, and we just need to rebalance and reshape, you know, the way they see themselves, but also their role in society.
In memory of Hollie, the Trust is changing lives for the better, promoting an understanding of safe, healthy and loving relationships. Steve Nibbs, BBC Points West, Eastcombe.